Hello guys, so finally I have started something new. I started looking into hosting my own media locally and then be able to stream it when I'm not home. So I'm going to take you through the journey so far. So basically what I intend to do is that I want to set up my own self-hosting. So for example, I want to host my own photos, my own videos, my own music, every TV shows for example, and then be able to play it in a different room or when I'm outside the house to be able to stream it remotely. And it's been a very interesting journey so far. So basically there is this thing we called home media players or home media setup, or people could call it home lab. So the term is home lab. Basically you can set up your own lab in the house, here being that you can have a self-hosted environment where you can host your own movies, even your own website. I want to show you what I've done so far from my learnings this weekend. So this has been something I've been planning to do for a long time, but this weekend I had time to actually do something. So basically what I have here is a server running on a laptop there. I'm going to show you on the screen. It's a very old laptop, so I think if you saw my post some time back, I was talking about the fact that old laptops can be useful, right? So this machine has just 4 gig RAM and it has 500 gig SSD, HDD. What am I saying? HDD. So basically I have my files on that laptop where I can access them remotely. I'm checking my mic is on. I have my files on that laptop there. That's old laptop, but I can now use it to watch movies when I move from the office to the living room. I can watch it on my phone, I can watch it on the Apple TV, I can watch it on Google Chromecast. And now I've even found out I can even watch it when I'm not in the house, which is very, very cool, which I'll get into in a separate video. So you ask yourself, why did I do this? So basically I have a bunch of movies that I download or I have in my possession. But one thing you can do is that you can now replace Netflix or Google Drive or Disney or any streaming platform or Google Photos where you own your own content. That's the ultimate goal, where all the things I own, like documents, photos, media, everything, I'll self-host them. So that's the journey I'm on right now, where I can host everything by myself and not depend on any third party, because the subscriptions are a lot. I have almost every subscription you can think about when it comes to streaming because I love movies. And then it begins to pile up after a while. So the question was, okay, what if I could host my own movies on my own, then watch it anytime I want and then not have to pay? Because all the platforms now, they have become, should I say, greedy? It would be a great thing if there was one central, streaming service that we all pay one time, instead of paying to Disney Plus, Amazon Prime, Netflix, Peacock, Hulu, all those separately, right? Because now they've all seen that if they sell the movies exclusively on a platform, they'll make more money, but it is not to our benefit as a consumers, right? So if you're somebody who wants to move away from these these streaming platforms, you can think about hosting it yourself. Hosting your own movies that you can actually share with friends and family, which I'll do in the future. I'm still learning how to do that. So let me jump onto the machine and show you something. So basically this is a server I'm running. It's an old laptop. I'll show it here somewhere. It has just 500 gig hard disk drive and then 4 gig of RAM. I think it's a dual core. So, and what I've done so far is I've been able to install Ubuntu on that machine, Ubuntu server, and then I've been able to also install what we call Kasa OS. This is what the Kasa OS looks like. Kasa OS gives you an access to a list of apps that you can host yourself. So all these apps are self-hosting apps, meaning, so for example, I can host my own VPN with I think AdGuard can do that. I can have a browser inside here. I think there's one thing I use called Image. You can use it to, I don't know how to pronounce it. Is it Image or Image? Yeah. So I have my photos in here too, where I host them locally. All my phone's photos, I've pushed them to this platform. And then this is the hard drive of the server. So I have movies here. If I go to media and movies, they're all here. I can share these movies with anyone I want remotely, and I can also play it anywhere in the house. I have this here called Plex and Jellyfin. So these two are media servers. So basically, if you have movies on your local machine, you can point it to these media players and then you can stream it on your smart TV or your smartphone wherever. I'll tell about the difference between the two of them very soon. I have transmission here for downloading torrent, those of you who know, and Home Assistant for controlling my smart devices, and even WordPress, which was very, very interesting to find. So I can actually host a WordPress website locally for local development and stuff. And I even learned that I can actually create my own website hosting with SSL certificates and everything, which I'm going to get into very soon. I mean, not now, but in the future. Now, the ultimate goal is that all the things I own in terms of media, I'm going to self-host it so that I can have a local backup and maybe also an online backup. The plan is that you shouldn't give your, should I say, your content in the hands, give it in the hands of iCloud or Google, for example. They own it. The thing about privacy is that you might think that, oh, it doesn't affect me, but if you look at the news around, there have been instances where people have been wrongfully accused just because Google could scan their photos and incorrectly tag them as criminals. I think I'm going to find the article if I find it and link it. So ultimately, everybody should own their own content and it shouldn't be in the hands of third-party companies like that, right? So let me show you what I can do so far. So for example, I've installed Plex and Jellyfin. Now Plex and Jellyfin are the same thing. They help you to stream your local media. So let's say you have movies that you want to stream yourself, don't want to go and watch Netflix, you can use this Plex and Jellyfin as well. There are two main differences between the two of them. That's why I have both installed here. So for Plex is easy. You can just sign up an account with your email and all that. It will just help you can point to the location on your drive or your computer where the movies are and it will stream for you. You can watch on your TV and everything. Jellyfin does the same thing. But with Plex, if you want to now watch your movies remotely, which is very interesting, you have to pay for it. And I'm like, it defeats the whole purpose of self-hosting, right? I want to go away from paying for subscriptions. So I think when it announced that, a lot of users got annoyed. But I mean, it's a good service, yes. So the alternative to that is Jellyfin. Jellyfin is open source, which means that you can verify the code yourself. It's not owned by any one entity. And Jellyfin you can also use locally and remotely. So what I've been able to do is that I've been able to set up Jellyfin both locally and remotely. So I can actually share my library with you where you can watch the videos that I have. So if I come to my Jellyfin, I have movies and TV shows. Same thing with the Plex as well. So yeah. And I have photos too that I've hosted on. These are all running from my server. Now let me explain what a server is. So when you hear someone say a server, it's just a computer elsewhere, or when we say the cloud, just a computer somewhere that is serving things. So for example, this video you're watching from YouTube. YouTube is serving you the video from their server or their computer, right? So or when you go to a website and you're being a website, you are being served the content on the website from a server. So you can actually host your own server to create your own server, which I have done. Now all the files you're seeing here, the movies I'm showing, they're all hosted on my local server. So you can now start seeing the possibilities of all this, right? My plan is to eventually get what we call a NAS, network attached storage. There are many, many different ones, but I realized that there are two top ones, Synology and then Ugreen. There's also other ones which I'll look into, but ultimately I'll get a NAS that will have more storage that I can work with, because now I have just 500 gig. Not all my files are here now. I'm just learning and going along as I learn. Now I know a lot of things about self-hosting, so I think I can pretty much do something about it. I think I did a website too. I'm just testing around to see how I can also host my things not launching. But yeah, it's been a great journey so far. So follow me if you want to learn more. Shout outs to this guy. I was searching for how to install this server on my laptop and then running Kasa OS. I found this. I'll put a link to the video in the description. It was very helpful. And of course, ChatGPT helped me along the way. If I must say, ChatGPT is actually the best compared to having to go and Google for answers, because basically you tell it what you want to achieve, what problems you are facing, and it will just give you the results. Like anytime I faced a block somewhere and I asked ChatGPT, it was able to tell me what to do next, and it was very helpful, right? So yeah, that's one thing to keep in mind, that when you're trying to do something like this, ChatGPT is very excellent. Yeah, so that's been my journey so far. Next video, I'm going to talk about how I'm going to be able to share this with you guys. So I have some movies here. I think I can actually share with people now. I have done a setup. What am I even saying? I've done a first layer. I'm going to show you how I use Tailscale. Tailscale is like a VPN that you can use to share content with people, like in this case, videos and movies I have, right? So keep in touch. I know I'm ranting, but I just want to share with you what I've learned so far this weekend and what I've picked up as a new hobby. So hopefully you go along with me in this journey and we enjoy it. Thanks for listening to my rants, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.